it's me, your stripper mom, speaking to you from beyond the grave. It's time for you to reclaim your birthright. Your name is actually Angel. Embrace your stripper heritage. And be nice to your brother. He's just going for a rough patch right now. Maybe you could give him $20 to hold on to. The vision actually says, it's almost time to come home again, Angel. Which is yawn, cringy, goofy, bullshit. I could have done this better.
Almost time to die.
And then Hobo Mike appears behind her. And he says, hey, Lori! Baby sis, long time no see! Listen, did Mom mention anything to you about $20? I got some big ideas, you know. Real big plans. I just need a little money to get me started. And to buy a little meth, you know. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back. We are back. Here at Movies Drink 2. It's been a little while. Nothing exciting that happened that caused us to not record. I was moving. I was busy.
Yeah, I've been gigging a lot.
Yeah, nothing salacious. We haven't been accused of domestic violence, had to check in for rehab because of alcoholism or anything like that. Ben Kissel. But yeah, we are back, and here is the deal. Back for this Halloween episode, hence the shit shirt. And we're going to do a Christmas one, and we're going to do one in between. So we're guaranteeing you 3 more episodes by the end of the year. Then we're going to have another little break, and then we'll get back to as regular as we can. Cool? Cool. Thank you.
So no need to panic.
Yeah, I'm sure many of you were. Oh my god.
Your lives have meaning again.
But yeah, it's been a little while. Plus we just spent an hour trying to sort shit out. I'm fucking doing my head in this fucking computer. So hopefully this sounds okay. Because we've had some technical issues. I think I need to buy a new mic. Also, if it's audio only, just deal with it. Because quite frankly, if I have to fucking hear with this fucking computer and that fucking camera. So anyway, let's get on with it.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Wendy, I'm home.
I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire!
Go and take your friends with you!
Garbage Day!
Huh?
No!
Get off my plane. Remember Solomon that promised to kill you last?
That's what made you did!
I lied.
On with the episode. As it's Halloween, we said last year we did Halloween the Rob Zombie version, and I kind of just flippantly said next year we'll do Halloween 2 the Rob Zombie version. We're doing it. Yeah. The sequel to the movie nobody wanted. The sequel nobody wanted. Yeah. I mean, nobody wanted the Rob Zombie remake. No, definitely. I don't think anybody thought this would happen.
No, not at all. I don't think even Rob Zombie thought this was going to happen.
No. All right, so Halloween 2 from 2009, written and directed by Robert Zombie.
Robert Zombie.
Robert Zombie. That's his professional. That's the name they put on his awards.
Robert Zombino.
It stars Scout Taylor Compton, all the people from the first film. Tyler Mane, Malcolm McDowell, Sherri Moon Zombie. Somehow her character definitely died in the last film. Brad Dourif, Carol Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Mm-hmm. Richard Brake, Octavia Spencer, Danielle Harris, Margot Kidder, aka Lois Lane from Superman. And Mark Boone Jr. pops up.
Yeah, from Sons of Anarchy.
Yep, and 30 Days a Night and Batman Begins. He's been in loads of stuff. As is Daniel Rosebuck, and Jeff Daniel Phillips, who are Rob Zombie regulars. Yeah. Yes. So anyway, the plot of this sequel,
The plot is Laurie Strode struggles to come to terms with her brother Michael's deadly return to Haddonfield, Illinois. Meanwhile, Michael prepares for another reunion with his sister. That's just the same sentence twice. Just worded differently.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. It's just, it might as well just say, again.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Okay. Our story begins with some reading, and title card comes up and it says, White Horse, linked to instinct, purity, and the drive of the physical body to release powerful and emotional forces like rage with ensuing chaos and destruction, which is an excerpt apparently from the subconscious psychosis of dreams.
Yes.
Okay. Also, that seems like... What do you mean? So it's purity, but also rage.
Yeah.
Pure rage.
I guess so, yeah. That seems to be to release powerful and emotional forces like... Yeah. It doesn't really make any sense. I feel like Rob Zombie might have made this up just because he's like trying to be a bit arty throughout this film.
Okay. So, okay, whatever.
It means nothing.
No, it really doesn't. Although I'm pretty sure he's going to spend the next 2 hours trying to convince us it does mean something. Now our story actually begins with Sherri Moon Zombie visiting child Michael in the mental institution at Christmas.
Yeah.
When he was a child. So this is basically a scene from the first movie.
Yes.
But wasn't in the first movie.
But no, it's been refilmed. Apparently they did cast the kid from the original, but when they started filming it, it was clear that he'd grown up, like people do.
Yeah, like teenagers
over a span of years.
Yeah.
So they recast him with this other kid who, he's in this film a couple of times and he's terrible.
He's in it a lot.
I know he's a child. Oh, yeah, he keeps popping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Christmas, and she has bought Michael a Christmas present. It's a figure of a white horse.
Yeah. It's just a white horse statue that any kid's going to be like, great.
The fuck do I do with this?
Yeah, it doesn't do any. It doesn't transform into anything.
No.
It's just a fucking horse.
It's got rockets on it. It doesn't even have a fucking cowboy with it, mother. What's this bullshit?
Just found it in like a boot sale.
Yeah, it's a garage sale find.
You don't get nice toys because you killed someone.
Anyway, child Michael tells his stripper mom that he had a dream about her, dressed all in white, walking down a white hallway with a white horse.
Yeah. See, it all ties together.
Yep, and Christ. I can't fucking believe you. But Rob Zombie, right? He loves and is obsessed with his wife.
Oh, yeah.
And he thinks everyone else should be.
Yeah.
No, I don't see it, Rob.
No.
I'm happy for you, but I don't... if I could rip your eyes out of your head, Rob Zombie, and put them in my own head and see what you see, I would. But I can't. So just move on.
She was like the bass player in his band as well, and she wasn't even...
No, she wasn't.
Was she not?
He dated the bass player of White Zombie, who looked...
That's where I've got it from mixed up then.
And then he left her for Sherri Moon Zombie. By the way, if you look up the bass player for White Zombie, they look really similar. He's definitely got a type. Yeah. Skinny blonde.
See, that's what I've got. I've even seen him live and assumed that I'd seen Sherri Moon Zombie, but clearly not.
No. She's completely talentless.
Utterly talentless.
Anyway, Michael and Sherri Moon, they have a little cute talk, and then we cut to the title card, Halloween 2, after that terrifying opening. So anyway, after all that bullshit, the film picks up immediately after the events of the previous film. Laurie has just survived her encounter with Michael, where she shot him in the head.
Yeah.
She's now walking down the street, a bit out of it, covered in blood, still carrying the gun, when Police Chief Brad Dourif happens upon her. He's like, hey, maybe want to give me the gun there? Can't have you walking around locked and loaded, you crazy bitch.
Also, when the police and that were at the scene at the end of the last film. Yeah. So she just wandered off. And nobody's really paid any attention.
There she goes, walking away slowly.
Yeah, where's our one survivor?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Damn it, Dale, you had one job. Just watch her. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. I saw her walk away, but I thought she was just, I don't know, going to run some errands. We then cut to, I think, Danielle Harris being rushed into an emergency room and screaming a lot. She's covered in blood, and we get plenty of close-ups of her nasty wounds.
Oh, no, that's Laurie.
Is it though? Because I couldn't.
Laurie. Yeah, it's definitely Laurie. It's 100% Laurie.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because they put all that rack and stuff, the thing in her that she's got, in her leg or her arm or whatever, and she's got all that when she gets up in a minute.
Yeah, but also Danielle Harris is also...
Yeah, Danielle Harris is also in there, but this is because the one screaming, she's like traumatised and stuff, is definitely 100% Laurie.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because, anyway, somebody is rushed and they're, operating on her, and we get to see all the close-ups of the nasty wounds. I have to say, actually, great makeup job here.
Oh, yeah. It looks pretty graphic.
Yeah, and it looks real. Anyway, cut back to the Myers house where police are attending the scene, and they found... Dr. Loomis, yay!
Yay.
And he's alive, yay! Just. Meanwhile, we've also got Richard Brake and his buddy who are there, and they work for the coroner's office.
Yeah.
And they load Michael's very heavy, very dead body into the back of their van, and they drive him and whoever the girl in the first film that was also killed in the house there off to county.
It's such a weird scene, this, as well.
Yes.
Like Richard Brake goes on about how he, did you see the girl?
Yeah, en route, Richard Brake remarks about how hot the dead girl is.
Yeah.
And he wants to fuck her.
Yeah.
As a corpse.
Yeah.
Not that
He's
she
like,
was...
I heard stories about these other guys, they were banging corpses, and to be honest, I've never really thought about it. Until now.
His colleague tells him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, his colleague is also a guy from... something Unser. He played at Unser in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh.
But yeah, and he's like, what are you fucking disgusting? And it's he seems like the good one in this. And then a minute later, he goes, "Oh, got a joke for you. What's the difference between jam and jelly? So you can't jelly your cock in a dead girl's ass."
Hey. And then they crash into a cow.
Yeah, which is made of brick. Or something.
It's like, hey, is it me or is that cow getting real big real fast? Oh fuck!
I'm sure a cow. It's a hefty animal. I'm
a
sure
cow will.
But this is it's like it slams into like a.
It's
building.
like a brick wall, yeah. And that was one. That cow had a real low center of gravity or something. I mean, yeah, cows are big and heavy,
steel.
but this is a bit ridiculous. Anyway, Richard Brake survives the crash. His colleague does not.
Yeah, but we have to watch Richard Brake just.
Screaming
and bleeding for an hour. It just seems to go on for ages.
It does, yeah. It's just
just grimacing and spitting blood everywhere. Okay, we get it.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
Car crashes hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway, the crash has woken up Michael, who
was napping.
Yeah, he wasn't dead. And he gets up and he cuts Richard Brake's head off with a piece of glass.
Graphically as well.
I couldn't really see because it was very dark.
Yeah, it's quite dark, but he does he saws you see all the tendons snapping and stuff.
Ah, yeah, I couldn't see that.
Oh, right.
Because it was, maybe it's just a version I watched, I don't know. Michael then looks down the road to see his mother standing in the road in white with a white horse. Yep. And she says, Michael, this is the ghost of your stripper mom talking to you from beyond the grave. No, I don't have any money. Go ask your sister if she can lend you $20. Mama's gotta go to work now, okay? Happy hour starts in 30 minutes. Or something like that.
It's a pretty bang-on impression. That's like Sherri Moon was in the room.
We then cut back to hospital and we see Laurie. She wakes up from surgery and she gets up and goes for a walk to see Danielle Harris, who's also there. And this is why I was confused, because they're both in the hospital post-surgery, pretty banged up.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, which one are we seeing being operated? Or maybe it was a bit of both. This is the thing. You think, how can you not tell which one it was? They were covered in blood.
Yeah. There is a lot around sort of the face and stuff holding.
That's why I think it's Danielle Harris, because she's got more face scars than Laurie.
I'm pretty sure it was Laurie.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't.
It adds
nothing.
It really doesn't. Also in the room, on the TV, the Moody Blues are singing Nights in White Satin.
Yeah.
Great song.
It is.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Also, this is Octavia Spencer's scene where she plays a nurse called Octavia.
Yeah.
Although she's actually credited as Nurse Daniels, I think the other actress just called her Octavia and they left it in the film.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars. Carrie!
Yeah.
So Nurse Octavia Daniels finds Laurie and takes her back to her room, sort of. They get halfway and she's called away, so she fucks off.
Laurie's clearly struggling and in a lot of pain. And she's like, "You'll be all right from here, won't you?"
Yeah. she's got a boot on.
Yeah.
Which is like if you've ever done anything to your ankle, like snapped your Achilles, you'll know what the boot is.
Yeah.
You have to walk around for months.
Yeah.
So she's got a boot on, and she just leaves her halfway to her
She's
room.
pretty fucked.
She's like, I gotta go.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You got this far on your own.
Yeah. But then Laurie gets a headache and starts feeling dizzy and starts moaning. Nurse Octavia Daniels returns. However, she's been slashed in the face.
But doesn't know. Like she
At
comes out-
first, no.
she's like, oh, have you got anything for the pain? She goes to say like, oh yeah, like she goes to get a key or something, and then she goes, she's like, how did you like? Michael's just gone. Like,
So she's been like slashed down the nose and
and
across
she's
her
just
lips.
happily kind of turned around and walked out.
She proper freaks out and falls over for no reason. It's not even that bad of a. It's not that bad of an injury.
It's like a shaving cut.
It's like a slice down the face.
Yeah.
But it's left her unable to walk. And as she's slowly crawling along the floor, Michael appears and brutally stabs her to death. This is also the first time we hear Michael.
Yeah.
Famously silent, he's now grunting like a tennis player.
Yeah, he's very vocal in this. Yeah, much growling.
Yes.
Throughout the film.
Meanwhile, Laurie escapes down a flight of stairs. Remember, she's got the boot on, so it's not easy. And the dizziness, that's gone. Forget about that. She gets downstairs and finds another dead woman, some old lady with her eyes gouged out. She was in Laurie's room for some reason, just sat there asleep. When Laurie first wakes up, there's an old woman just sat in the corner.
Yeah.
Which I was like, is that her grandmother? Is that
Maybe not. It's just some nurse who was like, if I just shut the door here, like,
I'll have a
she's
nap in
always
the
sleeping.
corner. No. Doesn't matter now. She's dead.
Yeah.
Michael's now following Laurie through, I guess, the maintenance area of the hospital.
Yeah, it's all like the back stairs.
Yeah. And Laurie, at one point, falls into a skip full of dead bodies. Because that's definitely a thing you have in hospitals. If you ever wondered what happens to you when you die, they throw you out back.
Yeah, always. Like,
Another one's croaked it.
If you go around the back of any hospital, there's just a pile of bodies.
There's a chute that leads down, and it's got a giant basketball net above it. The bodies just go down.
I mean, if you want to give your nan a decent burial, you are welcome to go out there and sift through and drag her out.
Where's my husband's body? Oh, about that. I think he went in the skip with the others. The what?
You check the bins.
This only happens in like Dickensian times if there's an epidemic or something. It's not regular practice.
Medieval time. Bring out your dead.
Laurie eventually gets out of the hospital to the car park, which is empty, of course. Yeah. She's also locked in the car park, while Michael grabs an axe, a fire axe off of the wall. Laurie then climbs into a security hut through the window. Then the fat security guard arrives in his car. Buddy the idiot. Late for work. He finds Laurie and he does that classic not listening to a word someone is saying. It's such an annoying trope.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's like they're screaming, there's a guy trying to kill me. Oh, you're okay there, sweetie. You're safe now.
You're gonna take
Buddy's here.
Buddy the hero.
I know you're trying to warn me about something, but let me just go get my car. It'll be cool.
Yeah, he's going to get the car to take her back to the hospital that's just across
They're in the car park,
away.
yeah. Buddy leaves to go get his car, which he literally parked right next to the security hut.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, there's a TV in the security hut, and Nights in White Satin is still playing.
It's the longest version of that song ever. Like, yeah, it's like...
Out of interest, I looked this up. The album version of that song, at its longest, is 5 minutes and 38 seconds long.
Right. So how, I mean...
And yet they're still on the chorus.
Yeah. Same. It does seem to be playing the same. It's just Nights in White Satin. I love you.
So then Buddy the idiot returns and gets an axe in his back.
Yeah.
Yes. Michael then starts smashing his way into the security hut and axes Laurie in the head, but not really. It was all a dream.
This confused the shit out of me. So we're like, what was it? So many minutes into the beginning of this film.
So 20 minutes in.
Did any of that happen, or is that all a dream?
That's all a dream.
So technically, this is what, Halloween 3? Like, we just missed out. That's all like a big homage to the actual Halloween 2, where she's
in the hospital,
and stuff like that. But it never happened, right?
No, it's just a dream.
So why does she dream about the whole bit with the coroners, and the cow? Why? Why would she dream that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That makes any sense.
And the surgery.
Yeah, just all of that shit. Like, it doesn't...
I mean, it
Why did
explains...
she dream about Sherri Moon Zombie and the horse? Why is she dreaming that?
I mean, it explains the Knights in White Satin thing and the skip of dead bodies.
Yeah.
But nothing else.
Nothing else. It doesn't make any fucking sense that she would dream any of that at all. Especially the scenes she's not in.
Yes. Anyway, and it's October 29th, the following year, I assume, after the events of the first one, not her dream. Although, who knows?
Yeah. There's no telling with this film.
It turns out Laurie is living with Danielle Harris and her dad, Police Chief Brad Dourif. And the father and daughter complain that they can hear Laurie every night.
Bitch.
Don't know what she's doing in there.
Fucking coming in here with her trauma.
Fisting herself loudly every night.
It is a Rob Zombie film, so probably.
Probably. Brad Dourif leaves and Danielle Harris and Laurie have an argument over nothing.
Yeah.
Laurie's character seems to have completely changed from the first movie. She's now a total bitch and she drops F-bombs left, right and centre.
Yeah.
And she likes heavy metal and she's even got sort of matted, grungy hair now.
Yeah.
She's basically just now somebody Rob Zombie would want to fuck.
She's very much, a Rob Zombie, female character.
Yeah.
Like, she's been Rob Zombied right up.
Yeah. We then cut to Laurie visiting her psychiatrist. It's a boring and pointless scene. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Although...
It is Margot Kidder.
There is a Rorschach painting on the wall that's quite clearly white horses.
Oh, is it? I didn't even notice that. Well, I was like, fucking hell, it's Margot Kidder. Like, she's going to have something big to do with this film. She doesn't.
Yeah, there's like, what's that? I mean, Laurie has been seeing this psychiatrist for like a year, but it's only after the year she's like, hey, what's that on the wall? It's like, oh, it's a Rorschach painting. It's like, well, what is it? It's whatever you wanted it to be. It's quite clearly white horses. It's like that one in Batman Forever. It's like, it's whatever you want it to be. It's obviously a bat.
It's clearly that.
We then cut to a limousine pulling up outside the front of some kind of convention centre. It's Dr. Samuel Rock and Roll Loomis.
Yeah, he's completely different.
If you thought Laurie's character had changed, hold on to your white boy dreadlocks for this one.
Yeah.
He's now become something of a celebrity and is rude and treats everyone around him like shit. He even attacks his assistant's fashion choices. He's basically turned into a fucking diva.
Yeah. He's a fucking asshole through this entire film. Like, it's such a jarring
It really is.
character turn. Like, it's so weird.
He throws a tantrum that the wrong picture of him is being used to promote this book or whatever it is.
Like, that's old Loomis. This is new Loomis.
Yeah,
like,
that's a picture of old Loomis. All you've done is shave your goatee off.
Yeah.
You've got
It's like that line supposed to accentuate the fact that this is a very different character.
And he refuses to do anything until he gets a cup of PG tips with a splash of milk, and I want it sizzling hot. Tea doesn't sizzle, by the way. It boils. You want it boiling hot. Rob Zombie can't even get that right.
Well, he's American, isn't he? He doesn't know how tea's supposed
Yeah,
to
but even
be.
like if coffee isn't sizzling hot, it's boiling hot. You don't sizzle. Imagine chucking your coffee into a pan and see what happens.
I mean, I like to drink my coffee or tea as hot as possible, but if it was sizzling, it's all your lips gone.
Cut back to Haddonfield and Laurie arrives at work. She works at a weird bookshop run by an old hippie. God, I hope he dies.
Right, the name of this shop couldn't be more Rob Zombie if it tried.
I didn't even
It's called
spot it.
Uncle Meat's Java Hole. Uncle Meat gets one scene. He gets like one line, and then it's nothing. Like he never appears again. And he's quite a well-known character actor. I forget his name.
Oh.
But,
I was just like, oh, he's a dirty old hippie. Ugh.
Yeah. But it's Uncle Meat's... I mean, this whole... It takes place in a bookshop called Uncle Meat's Java Hole, and then it's just three, like, skeevy girls, basically. Like, very...
One old
zombie,
hippie.
Yeah. And stuff. And then they... For some reason, they put some music on and just...
Dance.
Have a bit of a dance in a very Rob Zombie way.
Yeah, so Laurie's got herself a couple of new friends who are fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like,
This is basically like here's Michael's next victims.
cut back to Dr. Loomis's presentation. What the fuck is this guy going to talk about? How he sucked at his job.
Yeah, how he nearly died.
Here's the documentation of all my failures.
Yeah, my biggest failure ever. Like,
Michael Myers.
They've got child Michael on this video, like that they show before he comes out, and this is why, like, it's like the kid is just monotone, like nothing. I know Michael's supposed to like not feel anything, but he's like fucking. like there's like your mother's sadly passed. You hear Loomis like your mother's passed away, and he goes, "She'll be back."
I don't think that was in my version. I think I might watch the director's cut.
Oh, really?
Because mine ran for an hour and 59 minutes.
Oh, yeah, mine was shorter than that.
I saw the director's cut, the true vision that Zombie wanted to put forth. Thanks. He makes some shit jokes and dodges questions by quoting other people. He's a grifter now. He's basically the kind of guy you see offering self-help advice on TikTok. That's what Dr. Loomis is now, just a fucking grifter.
Yeah.
If Rob Zombie's aim was to turn Dr. Loomis into a completely deplorable piece of shit, then hats off to him, because he succeeded. Then when people in the audience start asking questions like, do you feel responsible for the killings? Do you think he's still out there, as they never found a body? If so, could he kill again? You know, questions generally about Michael that people would ask in this situation.
Exactly that. Like, he's written a book about this.
Yeah.
And, like, surely that would be in the book, that they never found a body and everything else.
Yeah.
And so this journalist, has clearly read the book. He's
Yeah.
like, so, what are your theories on these things that you've brought to our attention? And he's like, fuck you!
Loomis loses his shit.
How dare you ask me questions pertaining to the thing that I'm trying to promote?
He's fucking dead, you morons!
It's so fucking... It's such a weird... Like, makes no sense.
No. This is intercut with some shots of Michael walking through a field looking like a homeless guy.
Not dead, Michael.
So he looks like a bum now. And Sherri Moon fucking Zombie is just standing around in white.
Yeah, see,
throughout this movie,
like what he's done basically, this is in no way original at all. He's turned Michael into something that is very mother orientated now. So he's basically Jason or like Norman Bates.
Yeah,
it's that whole like it's an overused trope. So like I'm sure he thought like this was all an amazingly original idea, and it's not. You've just copied other films with other villains. But
Michael now also looks like a hobo. He's not wearing a mask. No. He's got a massive beard, long hair, hooded, dirty clothes. He looks like Ben Kissel before he went to rehab. Maybe he's still in rehab, I don't know. And his mother is still talking to him. Michael, Halloween is coming. You have to get ready. No, I can't take you trick-or-treating. I've got to work a double at the strip club. And remember, sweetie, Donald Trump is the real president. We then cut to a truck with some people in it driving down a road at night.
Mark Boone would also vote for Donald Trump.
Mark Boone Jr. is behind the wheel, and they happen upon Hobo Mike, which is now what I call him. And they're gonna fuck him up because apparently he's trespassing.
Yeah.
So they beat him up with a tire iron and a baseball bat, as you would.
Yeah, they come out and they're like, "I told you last time." I was like, "How?" You survived the last time, did you? Like, and now, yeah. So, yeah, I find that highly implausible that they've encountered Michael before and survived.
Had a conversation. You remember that time we conversed about you trespassing on our property?
And you quite clearly told me that you was really sorry and you wouldn't come back on my land.
And yet here you are.
Oh, and they've got a truck with like loads of antlers like attached.
Yes,
which can't be road legal.
I mean, they're just driving on their own property, so I guess it's fine.
As long as that's it's a death trap waiting to happen.
Yeah, so they beat the shit out of him because, you know, that's just America, baby. As the guys head back to the truck after a successful ass whooping, Michael gets up and puts on the mask, and he kills them all. We also get a bit of slow-mo action for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Not at all.
Does he impale Mark Boone Jr. on the antlers on the front of the truck? I can't remember how he kills the other one, or the woman.
I think he slashes the throat of he drags the woman out the thing and then just stabs her a lot and being really vocal about it, like
yeah. I think
I hate every sound he makes because I'm like, it doesn't feel right.
Well, yeah, it's stupid, grunting and moaning like a human being. He's Michael Myers. And then Michael goes for the dog they've got caged up in the back of the truck.
Yeah. Like, everybody who's ever seen a horror film ever is like, well, that's right, the dog will. He's going to make friends with the dog.
Yes, it'll be his pet.
He'll set the dog free.
Yeah.
No.
Back over at Police Chief Brad Dourif's house, him, Danielle Harris and Laurie are sitting down to enjoy some pizza. And the girls talk about being vegetarian, while Police Chief Brad Dourif talks about how great eating meat is. Yep. This scene is intercut with shots of Michael ripping apart the dog and eating it. Did you know Rob Zombie's a vegan?
I did not.
Well, you didn't guess it from this? Literally, he couldn't ram this down your throat fucking harder, could he? Also, Rob, people don't generally eat dogs.
No.
This isn't Korea.
Yeah, it's not a thing. We pick and choose which animals are edible. But for some reason, while Michael is eating this dog, this makes Laurie vomit.
Yeah, then Laurie suddenly gets sick and throws up for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Is she pregnant?
I
I don't.
used to think there's some sort of link between the two of them, like some psychic link.
Like in Jaws 4 between the shark and Laurie Brody.
Exactly that.
Was it Elaine Brody and the shark? Yeah. She can sense that Michael's eating a dog raw.
The shark is coming, and she's like, Michael's eating dog.
What's wrong with her? Oh, her brother probably ate a dog.
It's so stupid. I mean, I've got siblings, and whenever one of them eats a dog, I don't get sick.
No, I can. Yeah. Ooh. Was that a spaniel or something? Yeah. I have to text him. What was that you just say? Was it a spaniel? Yeah. Tastes like spaniel.
Text my brother Connor. That seemed like good eating.
It should have been here. We then get some kind of dream / hallucination scene. Sherri Moon is there. Michael is there. Laurie is sort of laid out on a table with some kind of Halloween monsters dining scene.
Oh, yeah.
And Michael tells stripper mum that he found her baby. Aesthetically, this whole scene is actually pretty cool. But ultimately, it's pretty stupid.
Yes.
It would make a good music video. Yes. Now, another title card, October 30th, and we see Hobo Mike entering Haddonfield through a field, because he can't take the roads, obviously.
What I don't understand is where's he been, like, all this time? On tour? Like, it's just like...
Don't know.
It's like, since last Halloween, or whenever it was, like, whenever the first film was, he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to have a wander around. See what's out there.
Yeah, it's going to go over to the next state.
And then as it's got close to Halloween, he's like, I miss home.
I should go, yeah. It's getting that time of year.
My sister.
The leaves are starting to brown.
Yeah.
Reminds me of home.
It's time. Yeah. It's time to go back.
Yeah.
It just, it's never explained when one of these, like, where do they go? What do they do? I want to know.
Well, when Halloween ends, he was hiding in the sewer for like 7 years.
Yeah, like forever.
Stupid fucking movie. But you know who else has arrived in town? Dr. Dirtbag himself, Samuel Loomis.
What a coincidence.
And he's flirting rather outrageously with a much younger, much hotter, blonde female reporter while stood outside the old Myers house.
Yeah.
He's there for a photo shoot and his publicist tells him it's completely distasteful, which it is.
It is.
He explains to her that he's selling the sizzle, not the steak. Or the PG tips, which also sizzle. Which is another way of saying his book's a load of shit.
What does that even mean? The sizzle. If somebody came to me with a plate of sizzle, I'd be like, oh.
I think it's that kind of the idea of something like if there was a steak and it cost £50, you would assume it's pretty good steak.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it might not actually be good steak. You see what I mean? It's that kind of I don't know. It's the PR rather than the actual. The advertising is better than the product.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Also, he belittles his assistant and he says, quote, "When I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you."
Yeah.
Dang, Dr. Loomis.
Yeah, I know.
Careful, you get cancelled. Yeah. Before handing her his used coffee cup and saying, "Wait in the car, get your ass in there." This guy is such a fucking prick.
Fucking asshole.
This is just imagine Donald Pleasance doing this. Yeah. You can't.
No, not at all.
Back home, Laurie has visions of young Michael killing Danielle Harris for some fucking reason. That makes no sense.
Yeah, she reenacts his first kill, which was his stepdad in the first film, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, where he tapes him to the chair and stuff.
Yeah, also Laurie was 1 year old. She doesn't remember her stepdad being killed or her dad. She wasn't really there for it.
No.
Anyway, Laurie starts then having some kind of seizure and more visions. It all gets a bit supernatural and, this whole kind of idea that they are linked.
Yeah, it looks like a White Zombie video.
Yeah,
like one of Rob Zombie's old band videos. Like, it's like, again, aesthetically, I was like, this is pretty cool, but what is it?
Yeah, exactly. We then cut to Laurie in her psychiatrist's office, freaking out over nothing, and she takes it all out on the psychiatrist. It's not a bad performance from Scout Taylor Compton, but it's just there's no context to it. Yeah. She's just really angry and screaming at her, like, "Fuck you!" It's just like. Why are you taking it out on her?
Was it the psycho? I didn't see that bit.
Oh, that scene probably wasn't in your version.
Yeah, in my version, Margot Kidder's only scene is that first one.
Oh, no, it's another one. Laurie goes back and she wants her to write her a prescription because she's having these visions and shit. And she just, like, freaks out and basically starts blaming her for everything and says, like, "Fuck you," and storms off. Actually, yeah, probably a reason it was cut. We then get a quick shot of Hobo Mike still making his way across the field. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. He's got his little bindle on him, heading home.
The littlest hobo playing in the background.
There's a scene of Dr. Loomis being interviewed on TV and acting like a dick. And then we cut back to Laurie, who's now at home drinking a beer, just like Daddy. And she starts verbally abusing Danielle Harris. As far as bad attitudes go, it's like neck and neck between Loomis and Laurie at this point. They're just both done in such
all
awful...
of this out. The version that I watch makes her a bit more sympathetic than your version.
No, in this one, she's just turned into like... You remember like in the first one, her dad, the drunk, abusive guy, but she's basically turned into that.
Right. Wow.
We then head over to a strip club, of course.
I'm back with you.
Naturally, it's a Rob Zombie movie. We've got to have a strip club.
Yeah.
Where Daniel Rosebuck and Jeff Daniel Phillips are hanging out. They don't like each other.
No.
Daniel Rosebuck owns the strip club. The whole thing is a dogshit scene, horribly written and horribly acted.
Oh, it's awful. Like he's supposed to be like the other guy's going to ask the club owner for money or something, so he's sucking up to him.
Yeah.
And then like the stripper and the club owner ridicule him a bit, and he goes out to take the trash, where he bumps into a maskless Michael.
Yeah, Jeff Daniel Phillips heads outside to take the bins out, where he encounters Hobo Mike. Hey man, what you throwing out there? You got anything still fresh? Listen, can I sleep in your dumpster tonight? It's getting cold out, you know. Anyway, Michael chokeslams him and then stomps his head to a pulp.
Yep.
Oh, and Sherri Moon Zombie is there as some kind of ghost bullshit, along with Kid Michael, whatever.
Yeah, I know, this makes no sense at all.
Why is Child Michael there? Why is he having...
Michael is you. Why is there a ghost?
Why are you having visions of your younger self? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Fuck's sake.
And then... This fucking cracked me up. Hobo Mike and Kid Mike are standing in the strip club, and Sherri Moon Zombie, still in her stupid white dress, is up on the stage. And I was like,
no, I didn't see this bit.
I was like, oh my god, is she actually going to strip for her fucking children?
Does she dance?
No.
Ah.
She says, We're done waiting. Only a river of blood can bring us back together. It's up to you. It's always been up to you, Michael. Now why don't you slip some dollar bills in your mama's underwear? Meanwhile, Daniel Rosenbuck is fucking a stripper in the back, and Michael goes and he kills them. And he goes to kill Michael Rosenbuck, and the stripper runs into a wall.
Yeah, he's just trying to get away.
It's like, come on, you didn't know that you must know this building.
But yeah, he kind of stomps on him and like he smashes the stripper's head into like a
repeatedly,
for
many,
a
yeah.
day. Yeah, and she rips his mask.
Yes,
so
a little
now,
bit.
Yeah, we're basically confirmed the mask is pointless at this point.
Yeah,
now
basically
half of it's missing.
Yeah, when he chooses to wear it, which is like not that often.
Not that often.
Why does he go to this strip club and kill these random people?
I don't know. Like it was in his way.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, just go around.
It's like, I'm just gonna pop in there and kill a few people. Why?
Maybe it's like, I love these places. Reminds me of Mum.
Yeah, love hurts. Right.
I'm pretty sure on the side of the strip club as well is Sherri Moon Zombie in the paintings. There's like a big painted mural on the thing with two women. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
It's Sherri Moon
Maybe
Zombie.
it's her old place.
It could well be.
Many good memories here.
Yeah.
The floor is still sticky.
I was like, is that Sherri Moon Zombie? And I picked up the remote to rewind it. I was like, I don't care that much.
New title card. October 31st. Halloween, baby. We made it. Took a fucking hour, but we finally made it to Halloween in this movie. Police Chief Brad Dourif is in his office getting angry whilst reading Dr. Loomis's terrible book. What about? We don't know. The scene ends.
Yeah.
Laurie walks by a bookstore and sees the book on display and she goes in. We then cut to yet another fucking shot of Hobo Mike walking through a field, and Hobo Mike then stops at a billboard advertising Loomis's book. Yeah. Like Michael can fucking read.
Apparently so. And he makes a mental note. Oh, gotta get that. Hope I'm in it.
Sherri Moon appears and says he's still out there, rich and famous because of our pain. Also, $15 for a book. Are you serious? Over in town, Loomis is doing a book signing and trying to fuck any hot female in sight. And he also meets a serial killer fanboy.
Yeah.
It's basically Rob Zombie.
He's like, can you sign it to Chet the... Was it?
Bringer of Death.
Bringer of Death.
Yeah, or something like that.
Come on, Chet.
It's like, fucking Dahmer's got nothing on Michael Myers.
You sign it to Chet, Bringer of Death, Hanks. Thanks very much, Chet.
Also, is Michael technically a serial killer? Isn't he more of
Mass murderer.
Well, he's a spree killer, isn't he?
Well, I think, yeah, because, like, well, I don't know. Does it count as a... Because there's mass murderer is when you kill lots of people all at once, kind of thing. And a serial killer is, like, when you do, like, over a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So I guess he's both.
Well, I would have put him more of a spree killer, but never mind. It's not real, so it doesn't matter. And then one of the dads of the girls in the first movie who was murdered. Who
the coroner in the dream wanted to fuck.
Ah, right. He shows up to give Loomis some shit, and he hands a book to sign, and inside the book is a picture of Linda, his dead daughter. And he's like, recognise her, and starts giving him shit and blaming him. To be honest with you, I didn't recognise her. So, I don't know.
I mean, I did. But yeah, like Loomis is like, who is she? She's very beautiful. Like,
who's that?
In, yeah. Oh, I would.
Yeah.
Like, she's clearly someone that means something.
She can nosh my plonker any day. And then the dad pulls out a fucking gun because it's America.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, yes, Loomis is making money off this and everything else, but I find it a little bit implausible that people are like, you murdered these people.
Yeah, he didn't. No.
I mean,
He's an arsehole.
He did, like, he does make the argument several times himself. He was nearly killed by Michael himself.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he did do a shit job of, like, fucking making him better and everything else, but to accuse him of murdering all the people Michael did,
it's a stretch.
Far-fetched.
Then we have another shot of Michael walking. What is this? Lord of the fucking Rings. Throughout, it's just constant. It's about 10 times we just cut the things of Hobo Mike just walking through a fucking field. Great.
And the theme tune to The Incredible Hulk plays.
We then see Laurie, who's read the book on her lunch break and is not happy at all.
No.
But what about? We don't know. Still, this is followed by another shot of Michael walking. Later that night, Laurie arrives home still upset and decides she's leaving town, but before she goes, she has a message for Police Chief Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
Says, and I quote, "Tell him Angel says fuck you." Who's Angel?
Yeah.
Well, Laurie heads over to one of her awful friends' house and she tells them that in the book, it is revealed that she is the sister of Michael Myers, which everybody knew, but her real name is actually Angel Myers. Of course she's got a stripper name.
Yeah, it was chosen like at birth, so she would definitely grow up to be a stripper.
Yeah.
But they call her Boo in the original film.
Yeah.
Like in the first, so Angel's like a new thing that's been added for this.
A family name. My little angel. Anyway.
Also, there's a scene like when Laurie's grabbing all her shit out of the thing. You see her bedroom where she's got a big fucking poster of Charles Manson there, and it says "In Charlie We Trust" around it. Now, if she's so traumatized by like the Michael Myers killing everybody and stuff, why has she got like a like a cult leader?
Because Zombie is a Manson apologist.
It's so
just
weird.
It's basically his bedroom. This is how I'd have my room. But Rob, how would this character that isn't you dress their, decorate their room?
The house is so weird as well. Like it's all got graffiti on the wall. There's
that's later.
Sprawled up, but no, that is their house. Like even though it's the sheriff's house, like every room has like shit sprayed. Like
I thought that was later on.
No, well, you see it like later on, but that's part of the house. It's not like something that's happened.
You see,
the meantime,
because we'll get to it.
All right,
but what do we do? Yeah, we then have a chat show that Loomis is appearing on alongside special guest Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh yeah, hosted by what's his name, Chris Hardwick.
Right. The interview does not go well, and Weird Al Yankovic makes a joke, and Loomis like fucking proper bitch eyes him like.
I like it when he goes, "Oh, Mr. Weird." He goes, "Al."
Yeah, and afterwards Loomis throws a tantrum because he was not good. He was not entertaining. So it's now Halloween night, and kids are out trick or treating and whatnot, and of course we get more shots of Michael walking. Back with Laurie, or Angel, she's now drunk, and she thinks they should all go out and party, because fuck it, why not? That's pretty much her attitude, but it has been throughout the entire fucking film. So they go to this bar, and honestly, this looks like a fun place.
It's like a Halloween hoedown.
Yeah.
Like, with tits.
It looks great. I'd fucking party there. This party looks awesome. It's the best bit of the film.
Yeah.
The band and everything.
The band are great.
Yeah, it's really fucking cool.
And then, like, all of everybody's costumes are like clearly done by some studio makeup department.
Yeah, they're all like really good.
It's like in reality, it would just be shit masks and people wearing bin bags and stuff.
Bit of fake blood. No, they're all like real top notch. Yeah. Amazing.
Completely.
And the girls are all dressed up as Rocky Horror Picture Show characters.
Yep.
Oh, and Jeff Daniel Phillips is back. But this time he's playing the world's worst MC.
Yeah.
In his Halloween makeup. He's
like
dressed
Uncle
as
Coffin or something, isn't it?
The Witchfinder General. Is that the makeup thing? I can't remember. But yeah, he's got 2 roles in this movie.
Yeah.
I get 2 paychecks this way. Meanwhile, over at the police chief Brad Dourif's house, he has sent a deputy to keep an eye on Danielle Harris, who's not happy about it at all. For some reason.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Yeah, does anyone actually know that Michael's back at this point?
No, like, not at all. Just, like, randomly. He's like, go and protect my daughter. It's like, from what?
Just got a hunch.
Just go.
Just got a hunch. Who knows? Yeah.
Just because it's Halloween.
There's no, like, I mean, all he's done is kill the people at the strip club.
Yeah.
There's no mention.
No one knows at all. It's not like he's phoned ahead.
Yeah, there's no mention that, like, that's happened.
No.
So,
nothing.
Yeah, there's no reason for this.
There is no reason.
I mean, they're right, but there's no reason for it. Back at the party, one of Laurie's friends, the one dressed as Tim Curry, is heading out to a van in the car park to bang a guy she's just met. He's dressed as Wolfman.
Yeah, with like a full-on Wolfman mask.
Prosthetics and
attached
everything
to his face.
Yeah.
It's not just like when they're like making out, he's still like there. It's
still
like attached to his mouth, yeah.
As he's taking her to the van, he makes sure to tell her about how much fun he's had in the van. He literally says, got a lot of pussy in this. Yeah. It's like, oh great, so it's going to smell.
Yeah. So that mattress is going to give you AIDS.
And I'm going to need to get tested. Down the gum clinic first thing tomorrow morning, Tim Curry. Anyway, in the van, Tim Curry pounces on Wolfman and they're about to fuck. But Wolfman needs to pee, so he heads outside and he cocks his leg up against a tree. But Hobo Mike arrives and he kills him. Dirty Mike, I changed his name. Dirty Mike then smashes into the van through the window and he chokes Tim Curry to death.
Yes.
Oh, and back over at wherever, Dr. Loomis is watching himself on TV and he's hating every second of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I watch this back. You fucking idiot. Back over at the party, Laurie is shit-faced and she's lost her one remaining friend. Yeah. At this point, Laurie then has a vision right there in the bar of Sherri Moon and Kid Michael standing there. And she said,
why can she see them now?
Don't know. It's all linked.
Again, makes no fucking sense.
Laurie, it's me, your stripper mom, speaking to you from beyond the grave. It's time for you to reclaim your birthright. Your name is actually Angel. Embrace your stripper heritage. And be nice to your brother. He's just going for a rough patch right now. Maybe you could give him $20 to hold on to. The vision actually says, it's almost time to come home again, Angel. Which is yawn, cringy, goofy, bullshit. I could have done this better.
Almost time to die.
And then Hobo Mike appears behind her. And he says, hey, Laurie! Baby sis, long time no see! Listen, did Mom mention anything to you about $20? I got some big ideas, you know. Real big plans. I just need a little money to get me started. And to buy a little meth, you know. Nah, he actually grabs her. But remember, this is a vision. So then we cut to Laurie having another freak out seizure in the bar. But her one remaining friend finds her and decides to take her home.
Yeah, she goes from this weird thinks she's being grabbed by Michael and she's like proper freaking out.
She's
like,
stuck
screaming.
in a Wolfman mask.
She's like stuck in a.
It's like not even a. It's like mounted on the wall. Yeah.
She's like, ah! And then her friend like grabs her and like she instantly goes from that back to. I'm so drunk. It's like, what?
Literally, this is like that friend that you're just like, I don't want to fucking hang out. Somebody get her a taxi.
Yeah.
Back at Police Chief Brad Dourif's house, the policeman outside, sent to guard Danielle Harris, is instantly killed by Hobo Mike.
Yeah.
The ghosts of Sherri Moon and the kid Michael watch Danielle Harris potter around the house. But yeah, why is the child a ghost?
It doesn't.
He's not dead.
It's like his lost childhood or something.
Fucking
Yeah,
daft.
no, stupid.
Anyway, Dirty Mike sneaks into the house and he chases Danielle Harris in slow motion.
Slow motion, yeah.
Why? And we just hear her getting fucked up.
I hate these scenes. I don't know what Rob Zombie thinks he's doing, but like where it kind of pans away, but you still hear like it's painful to watch. Like not because it's like gross or anything like that. It's just like stop screaming. Like, and it goes on for ages. But we're not even seeing what's happening. You just see a car drive up while we hear all this screaming.
I think he's got this idea that it's like it's scarier. What you don't see is scarier, but at the same time, he also shows you loads of
Everything.
stuff. Yeah. So like in one scene, he'll show you everything.
Yeah.
He'll like in one scene he'll do like, you know, like a Saw movie kind of thing, but then in another scene he'll try and do like a Jaws or like The Others kind of. It's like you can't have both.
Yeah.
Idiot. Anyway, we then see what I'm sure is still a very drunk Laurie arrive home. And she stands on the porch and she loudly announces to the world that she is Michael Myers' sister. And then a voice goes, "We know." Which is, shut the fuck up.
Michael in the house, like, "Aw," like, she's acknowledged it. Oh.
Anyway, they go inside and they find Danielle Harris' very dead body in the bathroom. Michael's also trashed the room upstairs for good measure.
Yeah, I know. He's like, proper just destroys everything, which again, like, seems really like. I don't think there's any other film where Michael just like loses his shit,
tips over a wardrobe, fuck it,
smashes the house up.
Yeah. Laurie's one remaining friend goes to call 911. Danielle Harris is still just barely alive.
Yeah.
Again, like in the first film.
Yeah. And Laurie just cries at her.
Hobo Mike kills Maya, Laurie's one remaining friend.
Yeah.
But she did manage to get through to the police. And word reaches Police Chief Brad Dourif that a 911 call has been made from his house. My God, my ridiculous hunch was right.
Yeah. Lucky I sent that policeman over. Yeah, lucky I sent Deputy whatever his name is over, and they're like, "Oh no, he's dead."
Damn it! Yeah, just sent him man to his death.
Yeah. It's like the one time I've sent him over there every night since last year. This was the one time he could have done some good. Spent all that police money.
Back at the house, Danielle Harris finally croaks it on the bathroom floor, and Laurie cries. Why? You didn't even like her, Laurie.
Yeah,
fucking horrible to her.
Calling her a cunt.
Cue sad piano music. Until Dirty Mike starts kicking down the other door to the bathroom.
Yeah, they got two doors in this bathroom.
Yeah, which has a pentagram spray painted on it.
Yeah.
Along with 666.
This is
what I didn't get. Was that there before then?
It was there before.
Or did he do it?
No, because like early on, I noticed it like briefly before, but didn't really pay attention.
That's true. I didn't spot it.
But then it becomes like more obvious that this is how they've decorated their house that the police chief lives in. It's his house.
It's like, why have you spray painted a pentagram on my bathroom door?
Yeah, and like they've got like arrows pointing to like the toilet roll with wipe or something on it. Like, what?
It's like a student house.
Yeah, did he let Rob Zombie decorate his house?
What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Because I didn't spot it before, so in my mind, I was like, has Michael gone round and spray painted pentagrams?
I mean, that would be even weirder, I think.
But somehow make more sense. I don't know. At least he is evil.
Yeah, I noticed it earlier on before Michael had even been to the house that there was stuff like this all over the place. But yeah, it's like, Rob, like, the police chief isn't going to live like that. It makes no sense.
Yeah, no. Laurie runs out of the house and Hobo Mike walks after her.
Yeah.
We then cut to Police Chief Brad Dourif arriving home and, oh boy. Tell you what, this would be a good scene if it was in any other film.
Yeah.
Because they found, obviously, he fucking freaks out over his dead daughter. They use old home video footage of the young Danielle Harris.
See, they cut that out in my version.
See, in the bit where he's like breaking down, it cuts back and forth between that and obviously there's, I'm sure, plenty of footage of Danielle Harris. She was a child actress.
Yeah.
Like home videos of her as a child.
Right.
It's actually like, that's not bad, but it's in this film.
the studio cut it out in my version, and you just get him, like, basically he walks up and he goes, just show me where she is, and they take him to the bathroom, and then they pick him up, and he's all like ragged doll.
No, he has like a proper breakdown in the bathroom.
Oh.
And it's Brad Dourif, who's actually a pretty good actor.
I mean, the version you watched sounds better than the one I watched, but still bad.
It was still dog shit. Meanwhile, Laurie has made it to a road and waved down a passing car being driven by a local yokel.
Sean Wayland.
That's it. He's in so much stuff.
Yeah.
Look him up. He's in like...
He was Roach in
People Under the Stairs. That's it, yeah. So, yeah. He puts Laurie in the passenger seat and is then murdered by Dirty Mike, who smashes his head through the windscreen.
Yeah.
Michael then flips the car down a hill while Laurie is still in it. It's like he's fucking Mark Henry or something. World's strongest man. The car crashes. The car then catches fire for some reason. This isn't a thing that happens, people.
No.
It's actually quite hard for a car to just fucking burst into flames.
Yeah, I know, like, flame...
It's rolled. It's not even a big hill.
Just because it's, like, leaking petrol doesn't mean that petrol is then going to catch fire.
In a grass field.
It has to be, like, ignition.
Yeah. So it's rolled down, like, 30 feet down a little hill on grass, and suddenly it's like, it's on fire. But Laurie is pulled from the wreckage by Hobo Mike.
Yep.
Oh, and Sherri Moon is there. Of course, she fucking is.
Watching.
And they take her to a shack. At this point, Police Chief Brad Dourif is informed about this and where they're heading, because apparently there was a witness to that whole thing with the car who also followed Michael and saw where he was taking Laurie.
It was like, there's a witness. She saw the whole thing. Fucking where?
Yeah. It's in the middle of nowhere.
At what point?
And also, like, no one, like, Michael didn't spot the only other human being. Yeah. And they followed Michael across the field.
Yeah, I mean, I would have enjoyed it much if they just panned away and there's some old lady with 2 shopping bags or something in the middle of the road, miles from anywhere. Like, oh,
I just panned over, just like real life Hank Hill. Oh boy.
But yeah, there's 100% nobody there.
I know. Over in the shack, it turns out that Laurie and Michael can both see Sherri Moon, the stripper mom ghost, and Laurie's like, "Who are you?" Don't be silly, it's me, your stripper mom. Now pay attention. I'ma show you how to work the pole, baby girl. What? All the while, Laurie is being held down by Kid Michael.
Who doesn't exist.
He's not even a ghost.
Yeah, who isn't even a ghost, but she can't move because he's got this fucking 9-year-old ghost.
A vice grip on her.
Of someone's imagination, Michael's imagination, is holding her down. She's like, right, come get up. So you definitely can. And she goes, yeah, to say it. Say, I love you, mummy, she says. And then, yeah, she screams, I love you, mummy, at her.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's an odd...
Anyway, the police arrive with a helicopter. Yeah. You know they mean business when the cops dispatch the chopper.
Haddonfield Sheriff's Department has enough money to have a helicopter.
It probably does.
It's one of the most active sheriff departments. Like,
yeah, they've probably got an armoured vehicle as well. We then cut back to Dr. Loomis, who I'd completely forgotten about at this point, and he's at home drinking what I'm sure is some very expensive red wine, when suddenly, breaking news report comes on the TV. Yeah. He only notices it because the volume suddenly jumps. Like, the TV's on anyway. Yeah. It's like in the background, like, oh, and it's like, the breaking news!
How have the media got hold of this so quickly?
I know.
And then they're just like, and then the guy on the TV seems to know everything as well. He just recaps the film.
It's like the fucking OJ chase.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, oh, like, and it's there's a woman, like, being held at, like, Laurie Strode, who it turns out is the sister of Michael Myers.
I read the book!
Yeah. Like, how do you know this?
Must have read that book. Yeah. And it sounds like everyone, like, because this is the day the book was released. Yeah. Now, I'm not a fast reader, but Laurie read a good chunk of that book just on her lunch break.
So did the sheriff.
It's like hundreds of pages. Yeah. Anyway.
Not like any normal one of us just flips to the middle for the pictures because you first buy it and then read it later.
So back over at the shack, police have surrounded the place. Then Dr. Loomis arrives on the scene and instantly gets punched in the face by Police Chief Brad Dourif.
Too right.
And Brad blames Loomis for everything. Loomis is an asshole, but technically none of it's actually his fault. Yeah. Again, like...
it makes no sense to blame him.
Yeah, it was nice to see him get punched because he's a dick, but it's not for the right reasons.
He's like, get him away, and then he literally, like, looks around and Loomis does this little run up to goes, I owe you this.
Yeah. I mean, he should have been punched for the if I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not for just showing up trying to help. So yeah, Loomis reckons he can talk Michael out of the barn. How? I don't know why.
Yeah.
He's been shit at talking to him for the last 16 years.
It's not like-
He's bad at his job. How's he going to get him out?
It's quite clear that any form of trust you thought you had with him in the first film is long gone.
He definitely tried to
By
kill
the end
you.
of the first film, yeah.
Maybe you try to lure him out with $20.
Bag of meth.
So Loomis enters the shack. He can't see stripper mum or child Michael ghost.
No, so he's doing what we were basically.
So it's just a really weird scene for him to walk into,
Yeah.
like, what's going on here?
He basically does what we did a minute ago, and he's going, "You definitely can get up.
Yeah, get
there's
up,
nothing,
woman."
There's nothing holding you. You retard. Well, I can't say that. You idiot.
Yeah, so he's basically walked in to a shack where Michael is standing there doing nothing, and Laurie is just like on their knees, kind of struggling with nothing. He must have been like, "What the fuck is happening in here? Get up, woman!" He's like, "Let's get out of here." Then from outside, we suddenly see Michael and Loomis smash through the wall. It's like a fucking wrestling program. It's coming through the glass. The surrounding officers now have a clean shot, but it's like, no, hang on. Let's see what he does with Loomis.
Let's let him kill Loomis first.
And he does.
It's like just he's still there in the sights. He's like stabs him 78 times before
like-
they're like, take the shot.
Yeah, and he does. And Michael actually speaks for the first and last time in any Halloween movie. He just says, "Die!"
Yeah.
before running Loomis through with a bit of wood or a sword or something. I don't know, what a fucking machete? Something he's got.
Don't know.
The police then open fire once he's killed Loomis on Hobo Mike, and he is shot many times in slow motion. Then, assuming this guy is dead, Laurie emerges. Stripper mom is still there. Laurie then picks up the weapon, or whatever it was, shall we say, that he used to kill Loomis, and she stands over Loomis's body, and then the police shoot her, because fuck that bitch.
Yeah, see, that doesn't happen in my version.
What happens in yours?
In my version, he kills Loomis.
Yeah.
Then he kills Loomis. They shoot him. He falls back and he falls on some like wire, like metal stuff that's sticking out somewhere,
Right.
which impales him. And then Laurie goes over and she strokes his face and she goes like, "I always wanted a brother" or something. Like, and Michael's hand goes up with the big knife, but then he drops it down. So she picks up the knife and stabs him like loads. And then they're sort of cuts outside the shack, and they're all there like still with the guns on that. And the door opens, and Laurie comes out, but she's wearing the mask. And then she just walks up and falls to her knees. And then it cuts to like her, she's in like
The hospital
the
thing.
hospital.
Right. See, okay, yeah, in mine, they shoot her dead.
Right.
And then Love Hurts starts playing. Then it cuts to a very long white corridor.
It's her room for some reason. She's got the longest room in the world. Just this long room with the bed at the end and two
And this happens whilst Love Hurts is still playing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the corridor is Laurie in a sort of hospital gown sitting on a bed doing a bit of a Norman Bates at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the other end of the corridor, Sherri Moon Zombie appears with a white horse and walks towards her in slow motion. I actually laughed out loud. And she says, welcome to the afterlife, honey bun. Check out this horse I got. They were out of unicorns. Cut back to Laurie's Norman Bates face. The end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty two different endings. Apparently, Rob Zombie was getting annoyed because people were misconstruing the ending, which is supposed to be like her last thought instead of like everything. But then in this version I watched, it just looks like that's what's happened to her.
It just looks fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So what did we think?
Garbage.
Yeah. It's so... it's bad on many levels. It's the whole like... the kind of the imagery and like the sort of the subtle... It's not subtle. This whole kind of imagery and like, you know, the white horse and that, it's just rammed down your fucking throat so hard.
It's clearly an attempt to be arty, like and something like that, like to try and.
There's no like a metaphor. Well, everything's just spelled out for you, and it still doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean, especially that one bit, like this his like metaphor that runs through the whole thing. Like, it tells you right at the beginning that that's going to be there by putting that piece of text at the beginning about the white horse, and then he just fucking uses it again and again and again and again. And like, why is the white horse there? Because, I mean, you could do that whole thing without the white horse and just Sherri Moon Zombie if you really need her in the film that fucking badly.
But this is the thing. Why the fuck is she in this film?
Exactly. Like, there's no point to it whatsoever.
It's literally, he's just written... He's just like, well, I gotta have my wife in it, so I'm gonna write this entire weird subplot
Nonsense.
that makes no fucking sense just so I can have her in it.
Yeah, mate, it's awful. Like, everything he does with Michael Myers as well, I hate.
The mask off, the home.
mask off,
He looks like a fucking bum.
Yeah, the noises, like, in my version, you don't hear him say die in the version I watched, but it's enough that he grunts and stuff all the way through.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
He basically does away with the mask.
Yeah.
And he's just a killer that looks like Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
It's just dirty looking
in
bloke.
the later films, I think it was the first one of the later trilogy they did in Halloween, you see him in the hospital without the mask on. But then that's the only time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they just don't give a fuck.
And if they turned up at the hospital when he was stood there with the mask on, you'd think, this hospital's badly run.
I don't know why he made Halloween 2. Why didn't you just make like any other fucking shit slasher film? So I'm going to take something and just Rob Zombify it, even more so than the first one.
Yeah.
Like the change in Laurie's character and her appearance and everything, and then like she dresses all grungy.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's awful.
And she loves Charles Manson, like Rob Zombie, but you're supposed to feel sympathy for this beer drinking horrible woman.
Yeah.
It's just like nothing works.
No.
Other than the fucking party scene.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's like, imagine that scene from Hocus Pocus with the party and the band. That, but for adults. Fucking cool. And there's women with tits out jumping around. It's fucking great.
It does look like somewhere I'd definitely go.
Yeah.
But now I don't drink. I'd only be there for half an hour and then I'd want to leave.
And then, like, yeah, aesthetically, there's, like I said, there's some cool bits in the visions. Like, that looks really cool. But it's just nonsense.
But it's like music video cool, not movie cool.
Yeah.
It's music video cool.
It's like make a good poster.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I had to watch it in like 45-minute segments, I think. I couldn't watch it all at once.
I watched it all at once, but my version was a lot shorter than yours. I think my version is an hour and a half.
Alright, yeah, this is 2 hours, mine.
Yeah, I don't think I could have.
And even going through that, there were some bits I was like, I'm not writing that down.
Yeah.
That's pointless.
Taking notes and stuff, it still took me about 2 hours or just over 2 hours to watch the film, but no, I don't want to see any more of it.
Yeah, 2 thumbs down.
Defo.
Cool. Right, did you get any trivia?
I did. I got a few bits and pieces.
It's his job now. So if it sucks.
Obviously, same that happened with the first one, I believe. John Carpenter was offered a cameo, but turned it down wisely.
I'm washing my hair that night.
You mentioned Caroline Williams' cameos as one of the surgeons.
Oh, was that it? I didn't spot it.
Yeah, she's one of the surgeons in the opening room sequence. She was Stretch from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
That's it.
Right, making Loomis a greedy, unlikable egotist was Malcolm McDowell's idea, as he didn't want to give the same performance as the first film.
It's the same character.
Yeah, I know.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's such a jarring change.
Yeah.
Why? Like, just because he was like, yeah, I'm bored with that one. But
don't do it then.
It's him.
Yeah, that's the fucking character. It's like...
Yeah, it's so weird. Right, Rob Zombie originally stated that he would never make a sequel to the first Halloween movie, to much celebration. But when it became clear that the studio were going to do it anyway, so he signed on because he didn't want someone else to ruin his vision. He had to ruin it himself.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think why did let someone else do it.
Yeah. And the reason there are 2 versions of this film, there's Rob Zombie has actually gone on to disown both these Halloween films, not due to how bad they are, but due to his miserable experience working with the Weinsteins, particularly the second one, which according to him had the most studio interference. Hence why there's 2 versions out there.
They both suck.
They're both bad. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so yeah, he hasn't gone like, I disown them because they're shit.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Right, that wraps this up. Thank you for all that, and don't forget to subscribe and like and share and blah 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 blah. You can find Mr. Smith on some social media.
Oh yeah, Lee Smith Comedy on Instagram and TikTok. I'm a 44-year-old man with a TikTok account. And Facebook, Lee Smith Comedy.
There you go. And see tour dates and such like that. You can find me on... I don't want you... So, I'm on TikTok, Finn Hamilton. That's easy to find. Also, I might start doing Twitch again. Once I've finished setting this up, I might stream some stuff on Twitch. I've got some new games to get into. Or maybe I'll stream it here on the YouTube. I don't know. Let me know. We'll get around to that. So we'll see you next time, which won't be too far away. Cool. Let's get out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you all for coming here tonight and drinking all of my booze. No, really. Please leave. The party's over. Get out.